Hey, Taurus, intuitive soul coach here with your November 2023 career reading. Welcome back to my channel if you are returning, and welcome if you are new. These are general readings. Please take what resonates and leave the rest behind. If you're interested in a personal reading, signing up for the monthly newsletter, or entering into the free reading giveaway, you can find all of that information in the description box below your video. All right, welcome. This is good for any and all placements of Taurus in your chart. Now, right away here, I am seeing a chessboard. So some of you could be thinking very strategically or rationally about your next move. There could be some sort of choice, negotiation, contract, or deadline that is causing you to really think about things, okay? And you do have the deadline card showing up here. So some of you, if you are, maybe you're salaried, or if you work for yourself, you may be looking at numbers, because I'm seeing here a budget. I'm seeing someone looking at numbers here this month. You may be taking a look at where you are spending money, where you are saving. I also get that some of you, there's going to be a new offer coming in because you may have needed to leave a situation that was less than ideal. And there's the spending card and there's the offer. Okay, so for some of you, there's you leaving the job, okay? Job loss, termination of employment. If you work for someone else, you could have left. Maybe you're unemployed at this time, but there is an offer coming in here for those of you that are looking for a new job, or if you have been terminated from your place of employment here. For those of you that are business owners, I do feel like you may be looking at numbers, okay, because you have the deadline here. So you may be looking at end of the year, maybe taxes, strategies. You may be saying to yourself, how can I branch off? How can I grow? I'm also getting here with the deadline. There could be an exam, certification, maybe some sort of education here. Something is due. There could be some sort of paperwork. You could be paying dues. I am feeling that some of you that are entrepreneurs as well, I feel that there could be some healthy boundaries, maybe that you are setting between you and your clients. You may be saying these things need to be paid by this time. So I am getting here boundaries with the deadline showing up. So if there is anything around meeting a deadline or setting a healthy boundary, I'm getting a strong yes for you here, and we'll clarify here as we go forward. But there's going to be a follow-up because you do have the job offer. So there could be two. I'm getting the numbers 2 here showing up. So perhaps 2 different interviews. Maybe you're on the second interview, or after some sort of a follow-up here, you get the offer. So this is beautiful combination coming in together. Something could happen quite quickly for you. You could even be giving a 2-week notice. Okay, now, yeah, there's the spending. There's the looking at numbers, the calculations. You may be saying, is this place of employment, are they going to, are they going to give me benefits or insurance? Is this fit into my budget? Can I crunch these numbers and make something work for me? And I feel like the answer is yes, because if you've been struggling, Taurus, with toxic people, maybe people that have been wearing a false mask, or if it felt at times like things were spiraling out of control, I feel like this is a good thing coming in here for you, even if it's less pay. But I'm not getting that for the majority of you. I feel like there is a flow of abundance. It wouldn't surprise me to see the Wheel of Fortune in your reading. And your first card out here is the Spiral. This is recent past though, so some of you could have been revisiting a job. Okay, there is a promotion here or a connection. So you could be leaving an old title or maybe an old position to grow up and onward. And if that's not happening in your current employment, I see you looking elsewhere and maybe getting an offer from an old boss or an old company that you used to work for, or one that you've applied for and maybe forgot about, or they didn't contact you or call you back for weeks or months later. Now with this out of control card, I'm getting mind. Okay, the mind may have felt like you were going out of control, overthinking, overworking, over-analyzing, especially because I am seeing that chess game in front of me here. So now you're getting you're getting a hold of things is what I'm getting. You may have decluttered. You may have been doing a lot of mental release, mental, releasing anxiety, stressors. You're channeling your energy in more productive, healthy ways is what I'm getting when it comes to finances, career, and life in general. For others of you, this is about climbing the ladder. Okay, you are climbing, whether you're climbing that corporate ladder or you work for yourself. I am getting some of you are entrepreneurs or you have the flexibility to maybe work from home or work remotely. I do sense that you are spiraling outward and upward. You have this upward trend here. So even though the spiral can look a little bit chaotic, it's actually a really beautiful energy. It's just talking about you being busy. Maybe you have a lot of clients coming in. You may have a lot of travel planned or business to take care of, but you're good at that, Taurus. You have it under wraps. You have it under control. And even if it felt like it spiraled for a while, you are the type of person here, especially with the face, where people can rely on you. They can depend on you to get things done. Now, sometimes that feels like a curse because other people may say, oh, hey, Taurus, can we add this to your pile? And I think there's an old saying that says, if you want to get something done, give it to a busy person because they'll get it done. And sometimes here, it may feel like you're tackling a lot. Now, with the face card, this does talk about your money skills. So we're skipping ahead here to the near future. But the reason why is because what you're doing now, some of the choices that you've made in the recent past are leading you to build your rapport, right? Your reputation. This is about you putting yourself out there. Some of you Taurians are made for fame. Again, fame and fortune is showing up. So again, I feel like we're going to see that Wheel of Fortune at some point in your reading here, but it's about exposure. Self-made. This is about taking risks and putting yourself out there. This is you laying it all on the table and saying, this is what I need. This is what I want. These are my desires. These are my goals. You have not just the money skills here, but you have the talent. You have the ability to put yourself out there, be seen, be heard, be valued. And if you're not getting that where you're at here, Taurus, you will be soon if you are willing to take the risk to move in a new direction here. Now, in your present energy, this is the gift. I love this. So the gift is the present. The present is the gift. So in the month of November, this is all about giving and receiving. There could be a sudden windfall for you. There could be an opportunity that may show up out of the blue, right? There could be an offer here. For some of you, I do see this being maybe a side project, a side hustle, or maybe a friend says, we should do this, right? We both want to get out of the corporate world. We want to work for ourselves. Let's go into business and, start a dog walking business or start, a cupcake business, whatever this is here for you. I feel like there is support and there's financial support. So that may be that teamwork, that partnership, especially on that game of chess that we see here. There is some sort of component, but there's also a working together to think strategically, even though it may feel like this is your opponent, right? I'm getting that there could be someone that maybe you never had any clue that you would work well with this person, or maybe they've always enjoyed doing what it is that you do, but you could come together and be on the same team is kind of the energy that I get here for some of you. This is about generosity. I feel if you are celebrating any holidays or any birthdays coming up in the month of November or December, here in the States, we have, Thanksgiving and we have Christmas. And I do feel for some of you, you could be budgeting, right? You could be shopping, spending here, but I feel like you're doing it rationally. It's not like you're going out and maxing the credit cards. Maybe you've done that in the past. I'm getting here spending more than maybe you should have. But this year, I feel like you're keeping it under ropes. There could also be something that happens this year where you decide instead of gifts, instead of presents, you want to make a memory. So you could be traveling. Maybe you're taking your family to go create a memory or do something together instead of, celebrating with gifts. Okay, that's only for some of you here. But this is a beautiful card about vacationing, Again, you could be taking that vacation. This could be work surprise. Maybe you take a little bit of time off from your business or from your responsibilities here. You're going to be fine, even though there could be some stress. Now, some of you could be taking your work with you if you are traveling, but it's important to spend time being in the present. And that's the reminder here for some of you Taurians. There's financial support. There is a surprise coming in, possibly from the people that you work with. There could be a bonus again, or someone that isn't even part of your team. Maybe they work in a whole different department, or it's someone that maybe you haven't spoken to on a regular basis. They could come up to you and say, hey, Taurus, I really love what you're doing here. Would you come on board and join me, in this collaboration of whatever here? Maybe it's volunteering, or maybe it's setting up a booth, or, there's just something here with coming together, which I really like, because it's going to get you out of your comfort zone. It's going to have you hone in on your teamwork skills, your communication, and again, just step out a little bit. So I like this. Now let's take a look here and dive into your overall energy for the month of November when it comes to career, finances, wealth, and abundance. What do we have here, please, for Taurus? All right, we have the Four of Wands. Beautiful energy here. The Four of Wands is a wonderful minor arcana because it is the card of a homecoming. It is the card of celebrating, rest after maybe some hard work, right? And we see here hard work being made in the recent past. Like we said, a lot of energy here, a lot of busy work, mental work. For some of you, there was a lot going on in your personal life that left maybe your professional life a little bit hectic, or vice versa. Some of you are really busy building upon something, but you have the gift showing up in the present, and it's represented in the hummingbird here. So yeah, high energy, high frequency for those of you that have ever seen a hummingbird up close. Very, very beautiful. They buzz at such a high frequency and vibration. They're such a majestical creature to be around, and they represent luck and fortune as well. So this is resting after labor. I definitely sense some of you are planning or preparing for some sort of a trip or a vacation, or you're just able to meet a deadline, and that's going to take a little bit of a weight off your shoulders, because again, you have the deadline coming in here. For some of you, I'm getting 8 months. Okay, 8 months. I also sense that either some of you may be blog writers, or maybe you come across a blog that says the 10 best places or 10 best kept secrets. Okay, so I'm not quite sure what that is all about. The 10 best. Please take it as it resonates, but I'm also getting 8 months. So some of you, maybe you've been looking for a job for 8 months. This could be that within an 8-month period, this Four of Wands shows up for you, because this is the card of 1111, celebrating special occasions. This could even be an award or a ceremony. Remember in the beginning here of your reading, we did talk about maybe taking an exam or getting certified for something here. This is the card that is talking about positivity around that. It's honoring another. It's the card of achievement, communal achievement as well. So you're not being overlooked here this month. There is celebratory energy coming in, which I love to see here for you. Now let's look at the challenge. What's the challenge here, please, for Taurus in the month of November? What do we have here for Taurus? The Ace of Cups. Okay, the Ace of Cups is opening yourself up to some of these new experiences, because again, when I'm seeing the chessboard here, the chessboard represents a lot of logic, a lot of thinking, right? A lot of mental stimulation. So the challenge for you can be to drop into that heart center and make balanced decisions from the head and the heart, right? When the Ace of Cups shows up as a challenge, there could be a little bit too much mental stimulation or overthinking about a situation instead of feeling your way towards a decision. This is about pure joy, true fulfillment, and divine inspiration. This is about a soul-quenching renewal. So for those of you that are taking a little bit of time off, you really need to take time off. Instead of, again, as we mentioned earlier, going on that vacation and working, or worrying about what's happening over here. That's why you have the gift card, because it's reminding you to stay in the present. Focus on what you can focus on right in front of you. Open yourself up, because there's a gift coming in here for you. This is about feeling inspired. This is new relationships when it comes to your career. It is all about opening yourself up on a heart chakra level. And that can be difficult when we're in our headspace a little too much, but you do have a gift coming in here. Are you open to receiving the blessings? And sometimes we can say it all we want, right? Yes, I'm open. I want this new job, or I want to grow. I want to accept this offer. But sometimes, unbeknown to us, our subconscious sometimes pushes that away or rejects it, because there could be resentment or bitterness or fears of, abandonment from the past, things of that nature. So just check in with your heart this month and make sure that you are truly open. Practice that affirmation daily. I am open to receiving the blessings that are coming my way and that are already present in my life, right? So I want you to say yes to some things this month that may even scare you. It may excite you, because that means that there's some extra pizzazz or extra energy behind it. So say yes to something that may actually scare you. All right, let's take a look and see what's below you. What do we have below Taurus here? What's the foundation that you set up for yourself? The Lovers. Yeah, this is gorgeous energy. So because sometimes things happen in the economy and we go through these flux, stock markets, spike and dip, and excuse me, we have gas prices and we have food and we have inflation. We have all of this stuff, right? All of this stuff externally that feels like it's so out of our control. That's why we have the spiral. And what that does is it leaves us spiraling as well. So we add fuel to the fire. That's what Spirit is telling you not to do this month. Don't add fuel to that fire, because each and every one of us, we have that beautiful divine spark within us where we can remain calm in crisis. We can raise the vibration by dropping to our heart center. And Taurus, even though you are a strong earth sign, it's important that you love what you do. It's important that you communicate effectively, because you are a natural communicator. You're really good at, what it is that you do. If you believe in it, if you love it. This is love in all forms. This is about commitments. It's about choice. And we talked about that here in the beginning. So definitely a blending, and that may be that negotiation type of energy or compromise type of energy that I was picking up on in the very beginning of your reading, because there may be something that you settle on where your head and your heart is able to kind of negotiate, meet, right? You say, yeah, but I really love to do this. There's some things that I may need to surrender to, but I still need to pay the bills, right? So you're thinking with the logical mind, which is good. We need to do that as well. But it's also, you're not compromising your integrity. And that's what is showing up here in your foundation. In the past, maybe you have made choices that you've suffered some sort of a consequence, okay? Maybe you made a choice purely based on the head or purely based on the heart, or maybe you gave someone the benefit of the doubt, or you were all in, but something is shifting here for you. And it doesn't surprise me, because this spiral is also a vortex. This is a vortex for you to shift and change your frequency. This is for you to kind of level up, go through that vortex. There's the gift waiting right on the other side. So I like to see the Lovers. This is a really beautiful, abundant time for you. So even if we see some struggles or some challenges coming in, they won't last long. I'd actually prefer to see something come up here, because I am getting the Eight of Swords for some of you. And if it does show up in the future position, I feel like we may see some challenge cards, because that's what you're releasing. That's what you're leaving behind on the other side of this vortex here. I hope that makes sense. Let's take a look here and see what's going on in the recent past. What do we have for Taurus in the recent past? Okay, we have a few cards showing up. How would you like these, Spirit? Thank you. In the recent past, there's the Magician. This is all about you manifesting. Now, the thing with the Magician is he has all of the tools necessary to manifest the type of life that he wants. He has all of the wands, the cups, the swords, the pentacles. He has it right at his fingertips. But sometimes he may let other people or external influences manipulate or control his story, his destiny. He doesn't want to, right? Because he knows that he's the one who can captivate the audience. Now, with the Raven showing up here representing the Magician, this is about alchemy. It's about manifesting and willpower. So I feel like there's something here that you've wanted for quite some time that you are starting to bring to reality. Okay, you're starting to hone in on the skills that you've had, right? If you've ever watched one of those TV shows such as maybe Charmed or, a witchy show, that where the witches haven't really focused on their magic. Sometimes it can be a catastrophe, right? They may point their finger and try to turn or Sabrina, the teenage witch, right? She points her finger and tries to turn someone into something and it turns into a frog. So we need to kind of hone in on those skills. So for some of you, there was a little practice here with manifesting, because it's not as simple as pointing your finger at something and giving it a few affirmations and boom, it's manifesting, it's appearing, right? There's so much more than that. There is a level of belief, right? We have to drop into the heart center. It's got to come from a place of soul, soul purpose, soul truth. It's got to align with us. We have to match the energy of what it is that we want. And you're realizing and understanding here the alchemical process that goes into manifesting. Okay, some of you could be reading books on the law of attraction. You may be honing in on manifestation through meditation, through spirituality, right? Through books, through podcasts, through practicing it your own self. Maybe you go to the grocery store and you pull in and you say, I really would like to get a spot up front. I'm in a little bit of a hurry. It's my lunch break and I would love to manifest a parking spot right up front because I know it's so busy at this time. And you see it in your mind's eye. You believe it wholeheartedly and you pull into the grocery store and you see someone backing out of a spot right in front and boom, you slip in. But there's got to be that belief. Right? So you can practice little. You could start with these little things, but don't give up if you don't see that parking spot, right? I want you to start doing it over and over here, believing your power, believing that you have what it takes to start to manifest. You could also start by, attracting and seeing a color or a type of vehicle, right? We see this all the time. We buy a certain type of vehicle and then we see it on the road all the time. This would happen to me all the time because I'm always in that energy of manifesting. We always are in the energy of manifesting. It doesn't just happen, once a day. It doesn't just happen, a few times here and there when it wants to. No matter what we are thinking and what we're focusing on, that's what we are attracting and bringing into our world. So what's coming in above you here? You have the 9 of Pentacles. I mean, gorgeous energy showing up here. This is all about heaven on earth. Yeah, a lot of you Taurians, this is a good time, especially for those, if you've struggled or if you've been working your tail end off to manifest some really great goals, achievements, money. I'm getting some of you are thinking about retirement. Can I retire within the next few years or maybe the next 5 years? For others of you, this could be a home you're saving up for. It could be going off on your own. There could be a trip, a travel. Could be a new vehicle for some of you, but it's all about independence and expansive thinking. Yeah, because you're thinking outside the box here. You're learning how to think outside the box because again, it doesn't always come naturally. Sometimes based on conditioning and experiences that we've gone through, we tend to put a little bit of a wall around us and we tend to box ourselves in through a little bit of sabotage unbeknown to us. That's why I'm seeing that 8 of Swords, because that's what you're releasing is some sort of old story or self-sabotage. So in the near future here, Taurus, you have the Page of Cups. Beautiful energy. There's the offer. There is part of that Ace of Cups here that's showing up as a little bit of a challenge. This is about surprising insights, and we do see that surprise showing up here in the gift card. Okay, they're giving me an N. This could be someone's name, an N-A-T, Nat or Natalie, Nathan, Nathaniel. Please take that as a, excuse me, resonates here. Maybe it's a place that you live or a street, N-A-T. This is all about artistry. Okay, some of you could be showcasing your work. I'm getting here a tablecloth, so you may actually be ironing, or maybe you've purchased a tablecloth. If you are looking to showcase your work, there's some significance or importance around a tablecloth. I also get that there could be a vendor, there could be a market, maybe you just spread your stuff out at your place of employment. This could even be a tablecloth for a work party, work event. This is coming up for air as well. You've been doing a lot, but you're going to see some rewards coming in here with a gift. If you put yourself out there and take that risk, let's say you've never sold your work, because I'm getting actually something with crochet, or something with someone may make something with wire or crochet. I know two different materials here, but it could be two different energies I'm tapping into. So let's say this is something you've done for your friends or your family, or you've learned how to do it. You may still be questioning, is my work good enough? Do I have what it takes? You may get an offer where you see a show or an area where you're able to showcase your work. If you put yourself out there, you may surprise yourself. It could show up better than you think. You're going to sell more pieces than you think. You're going to get the feedback that maybe that is the feedback that bumps you into that next level. It bumps you through that vortex here where you say, wow, people really do like my work, or they like my services, or whatever it is I have to offer here. I'm going to keep on going. So yeah, you need to come up for air here, because we see a lot of hustle, but that's part of this Ace of Cups, is receiving the cup, receiving the compliments, the blessings, the tips, the bonuses, the kind words, the encouragement, because it's showing up here for you. Let's take a look at your energy. How are you doing? How are you feeling? What's going on with you here? All right. How would we like these? Thank you. Okay. So we have two cards, one coming up for your environment and the other coming up for what's around you. And because they came out together, you may be letting your environment at times get the best of you, but we have the Queen of Wands and the Five of Swords. I am getting that you're trying to stay in your power here with this Black Panther energy representing the Queen of Wands. Did I say Queen of Swords? Possibly. But this is intense love of life. It's about staying determined. It's about altruism. And when this Queen of Wands shows up, she is very powerful. She is very connected. She can be at times a little bit competitive. Okay, with the Five of Swords, this can be a winning at all costs. Now, I'm getting that some of you, you're not letting anything or anyone break you. Okay, you're not letting that happen because that may have happened in the past here. So I feel like you're rebuilding or grabbing hold of that solar plexus, that confidence piece within you, and you're saying, I have what it takes. But you're doing it, you're going about it in a different way this time around, because in the past, I do feel with this Five of Swords, there was a little bit of a fall. Okay, and that may still be interfering with your environment, where people are stepping on toes, or people just, no matter what you say to them, you just can't get through at times with this fly. They may be a nuisance. There may be something that is a nuisance in your life. And it could even be an aspect of yourself, Taurus, where, we have to constantly be one-upping, or we have to be, ahead of the game in a manipulative way. And I feel like you're getting rid of that, because we have the Magician in the past, and we did talk about honing in on some of those gifts, using them in a healthy, right way, right? We don't want to manifest I'm going to go back to that, Sabrina show or Charmed. We don't want to manifest things in a negative way because as they say, it's going to come back to you tenfold. And I feel like you've learned your lesson or someone around you may be needing to learn their lesson. Okay, or learn what it is that they've come here to learn. And if you find yourself struggling with someone specifically or an energy specifically, I want you to look at that energy, Taurus, and say, what is this teaching me? How is this holding up a mirror for me at this time to take a look at? Maybe someone has betrayed you. Okay, is there a part of yourself that may feel like maybe you are betraying yourself? Or maybe it's a part of you that hasn't forgiven yourself for letting someone else down in the past. So when we can look at these situations as our greatest teacher, that really shifts the game. It allows us to drop into our heart center and focus on that unconditional love for self and for life. And it can really bring about a lot of flow, a lot of abundance here. So stay in this Queen of Wands energy, even though there's going to be some nuisances with the fly. There's going to be people, places, and things that just don't jive with you. You have an option to look at it as, a great teacher or to just not partake in the energy here. Now let's take a look at some of your hopes and fears. What do we have showing up? What are we working on manifesting versus not hanging on to? Because again, we're always manifesting, but let's take a look and see where your energy is focused. Okay, these cards are really, really big. We're just going to pull out one here. All right, we have here the shark. I mean, yeah, I like that this is showing up in the hopes and fears though, but sometimes that can be a challenge for you because it can be subconscious at times. But I feel like you're bringing this to the conscious awareness. That's part of the magician energy. It's part of that alchemy showing up, right? This is about you bringing things to light. It's about facing things head on. It's about you being truthful and you being honest with yourself. Okay, this is about bondage, right? Living in darkness, because some of you, you've gone through it. Some of you have been drugged through the mud. Oh gosh, drugged through the mud is the phrase that I'm getting here. And I do feel for a lot of you, maybe you've been exposed or you exposed someone else and that came with a consequence, or it came with some sort of a deep, powerful lesson or message. This is about spiritual awakening. That's what it was all about for you here. And some of you are saying, Melissa, I went through my spiritual awakening years ago. We have many of them because we're always advancing. We're always growing. Yes, there can be a couple of major things. You're right. When you are 90 years old, you may look back and say, yes, there were a couple of major awakenings in my life. But ultimately, we have them all the time. We really do, because we're constantly shifting and we are constantly evolving and growing. So the devil energy showing up is you facing some of those fears instead of letting them lie dormant, and then they come up to wreak havoc and self-sabotage at times. You're learning here. You're learning. I love this. You're learning how to release yourself from bondage situations, things that you feel tethered to, tied to. Okay, you're not living in you're not living in darkness because you have heaven on earth here, because you're expanding your thinking. And with that expansion, maybe that's why I'm seeing the chess game for you as well. There is an expansion here, and you're blending the head and the heart, and you're really putting yourself in a position of empowerment, a position of being able to manifest what it is that you truly desire. Let's take a look at your final outcome. What's the okay. They're saying here, I'm already looking at it. So at the bottom of the deck, this is it's facing on the upward here, where all of them are facing downward. And it was the only card. I grabbed the whole deck, but this one was still sitting there at the bottom. And this is the Nine of Cups. It's the puffer fish. This is your wish fulfillment. This is a beautiful energy, and look at how cute he looks, right? This is about wishes granted. It's about satisfaction and feeling a sense of pride. So many people get caught up on the ego. I shouldn't be feeling this, or I can't boast, or I shouldn't, share my gifts. I say BS, right? BS. Celebrate the wins. Celebrate who you are. Celebrate the successes. The only people that are going to project negativity or, comments about your pride are the people that are jealous of it, or the people that, they may be needing that mirror lesson themselves. So if there's something here to celebrate, I want you to celebrate it. If there's something you want to share with others, share with others. Be proud of yourself. Be proud of your gifts, Taurus. Be proud of who you are, because you are special. You are a divine spark. You are authentically you. And you've come here on earth with many, many different gifts. And I feel like there's a sense of deep pride, deep satisfaction for what it is that you do, for your gifts, and other people recognize this within you as well. That's why you have the face card. I really love this energy for you. All right, let's take a look. I'm going to get one card here. I want to clarify. We're going to pull from a different deck. I just want to take a look at that Nine of Cups here, because I definitely feel like you're purchasing something that you've always wanted. You're traveling to some place you've always wanted. Or for some of you, you do land that job you've wanted. Or this could be retirement. Yeah, because you've stepped through the portal. There's the Death card. You've gone through a major awakening, right? Spiritual shift. And there's two doors here showing up. So I feel like you have already gone through one door because it's closed. But look at the door over here. It actually has an illuminated light showing up here. You're going to know what direction to walk in. For those of you that feel a little bit of lack of clarity at this time, you're going to know soon enough, because you see the fog in the floor. You may still be a little bit confused or indecisive, or is this going to happen? Yes, it is, because that door is already open and you see the light illuminating. So light at the end of the tunnel. You're coming really close to finishing it up here. You have double nines, Nine of Pentacles, Nine of Cups. I mean, there's completion here. There is accomplishment. There is service, and it's going to bring in a beautiful beginning here. I love this for you. Now let's take a look and get a message from the wisdom of the Oracle. What do we have here, please, for Taurus? Career, finances, money, wealth, and abundance, November 2023. A change in the wind, card 12, which is the Hanged Man. That's also representing the death energy, right? A change coming in here. So you're closing one door, or one door has been closed for quite some time, and maybe you've been in that limbo state, that kind of icky, sticky, cocooning type of process here. But there's a change coming in, and I feel like this change is blowing in a new opportunity, but it could bring in a little bit of fears as well with that Devil. Don't let the fears hold you back, right? Don't let the insecurities or the what ifs, don't let that mind talk you out of a great opportunity here for you. All right, let's get a message from the Shaman's Dream. I will read from the guidebook here. What do we have for Taurus, please, for the month of November? Taurus 2023. All right, and some of you are seeing number synchronicities, number frequencies. I feel like that's been showing up for everyone lately, but you may be seeing numbers more often. Yes, it may show up for you sporadically, but there's something with a significant increase in numbers. You have gathering around, the power of community. Yeah, teamwork, making that dream work. This is all about resources, connectiveness. It's about being safe and secure and allowing other people to help. And remember, that's part of your challenge in the month here of November. So there are times, Taurus, when you need positive reinforcement from others. Perhaps your journey has made you tired just before reaching the proverbial finish line, where your friends await to cheer your arrival. Know this, you're not alone. Regardless of whether you think you are, people gather around to help with your next step as you bring it forth from the cosmos into the beauty of life. There has never been another you before, and you have a unique relationship with your friends, family, community, and all those who gather to help you in the unseen realms. Now is the time to allow assistance from others. Ask for it and trust that you will receive it. You are safe and secure right now in this moment. Yeah, right now is the gift, right? You're safe and secure. Ask and trust. That's a big part of the challenge with the Ace of Cups here. You are safe and secure right now in this moment, truly supported in your beautiful, amazing, complicated life. You are heard by the angels, witnessed by the divine, and loved. Yes, loved now and always by life itself. Whatever your query, you will find the help you need to achieve what you desire, and you will not have to do this alone. Count on it. Right? Count on it. You don't have to do this alone, even though sometimes with the Nine of Pentacles, you feel like you do, but there's help showing up in all shapes, sizes, and forms coming in here for you. That could be part of the surprise. And it says work surprise as well. So expect resources, expect other people to offer instead of maybe doing what you've done in the past, which may be saying, no, thank you. I got this, right? Don't let pride get in the way, because there's beautiful opportunities to gather here. If someone says, wow, Taurus, you have beautiful work. Maybe they see you wearing a necklace pendant and they say, that's just a gorgeous pendant. It's a beautiful crystal pendant. Where did you get that? And you say, well, I made this. And they say, why are you not selling? Right? So pay attention to other people's words, because other people, they don't lie. I mean, yes, some people, they do. But when it comes to compliments, there is a genuine energy of that showing up here for you. All right. Last but not least, let's get a few messages from your spirit animals. So at this time, Taurus, I just ask if you can, take a nice deep breath in from the solar plexus chakra, the belly area. And with your eyes closed, I want you to focus on that third eye chakra, the area between your eyebrows and your forehead region. And I want you to focus on the first animal or animals that show up in your mind's eye. Now, this could be an animal that flies high in the sky. Perhaps it's an animal that swims deep in the sea. Your animal could be wild, magical, mystical, or even domesticated. Perhaps your animal has crossed over the rainbow bridge. Maybe they're at your side. Perhaps they've crossed your path in the great outdoors recently, or maybe showed up in your dreams. There is no right or wrong answer, Taurus. And if you need a moment, just pause the video and come back when you are ready. And for those of you that would like to be entered into the free reading giveaway, all you need to do is drop your power animals in the comment section box below your video. Whether you have 1 animal or 10, drop them in the comment section box below, and I personally will enter you into the free reading giveaway, where I draw 1 winner around the 1st of each month and post right back here on the channel. So please make sure you've hit that subscribe and bell button if you haven't already, so you don't miss that notification. Okay, beautiful energy here. I mean, wow, it completely synchronizes with what we've been talking about here. So you have Canary Spirit, sing your own song. It's card 12 as well. So 12 could be significant. It's showing up a couple times. There's a change in the wind. Some of you, yes, you are choosing to do something that is in your highest good, right? You're singing your own song. It could be going off on your own. It could be making a decision that you've wanted to do this for quite some time. It could be starting a company. It could be going back to school. It could be getting a certification, joining an online course. It could be saying yes to a business offer or idea. It could be reinventing yourself from the inside out, which is what a lot of you are doing, especially with that death energy, right? This is about you being authentically you. This is about you aligning with that energy of what it is you truly want to manifest with the Magician here. So Canary Spirit, Yellow Bird, Songbird. Now we also have the rabbit. Now's a lucky time for you. You may be 49 years old, 62 years old, 30 or 26. You may be born on the 26th, the 30th, or the 12th. Okay, now we have here rabbit spirit. This is all about fertility. It's about abundance, manifesting, and growing. You have here the lucky rabbit's foot in your energy space. So focus on what you want most because you're getting it. There's your 9 of Cups showing up, your wish fulfillment. Next, you have the turtle. Turtle spirit. Some of you may have seen a sea turtle or a tortoise as well. Okay, I'm also getting with this energy, it's been a long time coming. You've worked really hard for this. You've been working maybe your lifetime for this. Excuse me. Slow and steady wins the race. That's your message here. Slow and steady wins the race. And that word race, it's kind of showing up here a couple of times for you. So it may have felt a little bit scattered with the spiral. It may have felt like you were traveling through this energy of, a race. There's the finish line. So I feel whatever is at the end of the finish line, like it says here in the gathering around, you have cheerleaders, you have support, you have people who have faith in you, who believe in you, who love you, even when you don't always see that, Taurus. And lastly, you have the grasshopper as your final card. This is taking a leap of faith, right? Put yourself out there. Step outside of your comfort zone. That's where the magic happens, right? There's a leap that you're taking here, and it may feel challenging, but it's going to lead to a lot of abundance. And even though we didn't see the Wheel of Fortune in your reading, I mean, you have a lot of magical, abundant cards here. So I'm okay with this. 9 of Pentacles, the Page of Cups, 9 of Cups here. You have the Queen of Wands, which she's highly attractive, the Lovers. I mean, a lot of magnetized energy. You're taking a leap of faith, and it wouldn't surprise me if 2024 is one of the best years that you've had in quite some time, okay? A lot of abundance flowing in here for you. A lot of happy times ahead. There's a lot more feeling. Some of you have been really in that headspace of thinking things. There's a lot of feeling things coming into the near future. That is what I have for you, Taurus. I hope it resonates. If so, please feel free to hit that thumbs up button. It certainly does help get the divine channeled messages out there to those that need it most, and it certainly helps the growth of the channel, which I greatly appreciate. If you haven't already hit that subscribe and bell button, and if you are vibing with the energy here, please do so. Thank you so very much for your time today, Taurus. Lots of love.